Alright, guys. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. I guess the timing of this is good because I'm able to record this, the top 10 LRs update, while grinding World Tournament. Thanks to my junior, it's very easy to grind while blabbering away. You guys know I like to do it. Alright, so this is going to be top 10 LRs overall. I certainly could do a top 10 Carnival list. I think we very easily could do that. There's, 9 Carnival LRs, but the newest LR, right here, the LR Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks, they're good enough to make the top 10 LRs overall. I think that they're very strong. To me, they do feel like kind of like a post Worldwide Download Celebration sort of like power creep. Very, very strong. And we'll get into it in 2 seconds, right? Okay, so let's just go ahead and start. I think that this list, by the way, before we get going, this is going to be controversial, but I do feel like a lot of maybe like the top 15 LRs or so, it does feel good. Like 1 to 10, I probably feel better about this than I have in quite some time during the Red Zone meta since I've begun doing this. Like, this feels like maybe the strongest 10 LRs we've had at any point since I've started doing this again, which would have been... I must have started this for LR Gohan and Goku. That was, I think, when I started just like constantly doing like a tier list that would get updated every single time. So let's just jump in. I know number 10 himself is going to be controversial, but we have Sword of Hope Trunks right here. Now, Sword of Hope Trunks, I actually think is a pretty good character. I don't really have a lot super negative to say about him. One thing I really, really like about this guy is he does not have any types of restrictions whatsoever, right? As you guys could just look at that kit right there, you could just run him however you want to run him, and he's good in all these different situations. He's on a million teams, including very low-level teams like Miraculous Awakening and Revenge. You know, he is a huge asset to lower-level categories like that. I love this. I mean, I would hope that many LRs could strive to be at this minimum level right here. I think he's really quite good. In base though, he can be very weak defensively, very weak. I have had him get crushed before a lot. That's why he's not higher up on the list. When it comes to kind of like these standby transformation modes, his Sword of Hope form, it might actually just be the best of them, right? So like Full Power Super Saiyan 4, the what's the other one? Vegeta, Transform Vegito Blue. I don't know. I might like the Sword of Hope version the best. Able to super attack a million times. He's got the guard. He's got the damage reduction. He has the rainbow orb changing. He's crazy. I mean, I think that discussion would be between Full Power Super Saiyan 4 and this guy, with Vegito being third. But yeah, he's good. It's just Trunks. Like, you know, damage is good, but the defense a little bit iffy. There's certainly a little bit of RNG into what he's doing. He does have some stacking and stuff like that. The one thing, though, is that this is tough, man. It's right now, these fights end so fast, and it's not the 5th turn from the start of battle. It's 5th turn from Trunks' first appearance. So it could be tough to see that sort of hope, man. A lot of times when I'm using this character, like, his ranking on this is I'm pretty much just considering him in base. We have several of these worldwide characters on here, and I don't typically see, you know, Infinite Zamasu, Future Gohan's Domain, Sword of Hope, or Vegito Blue. Like, I don't really see those that often. None of them, right? Like, on turn 5, so keep that in mind. So we have Sword of Hope at 10. I know this is going to be controversial as well. Man, I was really thinking about it, and it's like, damn, like, I can't take them off. No way, dude. They're just too valuable in all these really tough fights. Trunks is gonna do more damage than them, right? Trunks is gonna be better than defensively in base as well. A lot better. Trunks is a lot better defensively. But it is so easy to swap into their standby, which is just so good, man. Because, again, all you have to do is just fall below 50% HP. I mean, I just find that to be very simple. I mean, you're fighting Fusion Zamasu and shit like that. You can get into this form, you know, yippee skippy. You're right in there. It just feels like this is a very easy character to bring. Without a doubt, I have had many, many runs where they have been obliterated into a million pieces. In base, they are very, very squishy. I mean, just stacking defense with no other defensive mechanics is really rough, but like their damage in base and then going into this is just so crazy. I really, really love this portion of the character, right? So like you know, I feel good about this unit. Like as time has gone on, as I've done more of these runs and stuff like that, I like this character in this position right there. Okay, so next, we have the blues, which are right here. Now, I am mostly gauging them just off of this right here. When I'm talking about this character, like ranked on this list like this, again, it's for the most part, I'm considering their incredibly powerful slot 1 performance in the Dismal Future Red Zone. This character handles slot 1 in Dismal Future Red Zone better than nearly any character. They do better in slot 1 than Bulma. They do better in slot 1 than Future Gohan. You go right down the list. I mean, even Orange Piccolo. For, you know, turn 1, slot 1, this character's better in slot 1 than even Orange Piccolo, I would say. So I just think that that's very valuable. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I don't see Vegito Blue, man. Like, it's just, I see this guy once every 25 fights or more, maybe. It's very uncommon. He is very good. I mean, I don't have really negative things to say about Vegito Blue, but they did not make it easy to transform into him. And this character, with their incredible defensive performance, I would have them higher, but that intro, I mean, they only gave them, you have 2 rotations where they're a defensive god. And then you get to that 3rd turn, and you better pray that you could transform into Vegito, otherwise you might be cooked. This character does also do really bad damage. A lot of times, I mean, if a character has like a very strong value in some way, which this character, it's again, their slot 1, turn 1 defensive performance, I can overlook their bad damage without a doubt. Because defensively, they're just able to hold up much better than many other characters. But again, keep in mind, when I'm ranking them here, I mean, this is more of like a base ranking. It's tough. It's tough to see Vegito Blue, man. It really is. All right, so next we have Fusion Zamasu here. Now, I've definitely seen people really come down on Fusion. I have way too many characters here. There's so many characters that probably shouldn't be here. Just my eyes are glazing over looking at this big wall of characters. Fusion Zamasu, I'm sure a lot of people are going to turn on this guy, but he is still very strong. What we're looking for most of the time these days is that peak performance right at the start of the fight, which this guy has. The thing that, to me, I just is so impressive, I feel like a lot of people just don't even realize this, but his defense, like once you have both of these up, like dude, if your HP is under 70% when he gets hit, his defense is so goddamn high. This character's just really good. He's really strong defensively. He's like kind of like he's a better LR Golden Frieza is what he is. Really good. Strong link set. His team has some good options. Obviously, I'd prefer he gets some help, but I mean, I like this guy. I do not really understand why people have turned on him, and that certainly is something that has happened. I've seen people turn on this character, and I don't really get it. He's a little too strong defensively the first couple of turns for me, which, again, as talking about the Blues, I really value that. If Trunks was better defensively in base, he would be higher up on this list, but I mean, I think that really does matter. The ability to hang in there against these boss attacks for me is very important. Now, just like Vegito, just like Sword of Hope, I mean, I'm not really factoring this guy too much. I feel like it's uncommon for me to see Infinite Zamasu. I can't remember the last time I used Infinite Zamasu. It's been quite a while. It's just that these fights just go by so quick, and you know, if you get the character, you know, Future Gohan, Sword of Hope, Vegito Blue, or this guy, you know, turn 1, like, yeah, you know, then you just get to turn 5 and, you know, maybe you could be wrapping the fight up right around there. But, I mean, it's outside of Omega, you're just not seeing those abilities very often. So, yeah, yep, totally fine with that. Maybe this will be a bit controversial. 16, 17, and 18 right here. But, I mean, this character is really nuts. I mean, they went so far with this character. It's just very stunning to me how good they are. With their ability to dodge in base and the massive amount of support they have, and, like, you know, they could do an 11 million into a 7 million into a 7 million with 50% chance to dodge while giving 50% support. That's unreal. Right, like that's potentially like Bulma level. Like those are the things that Bulma does. Like they're good. I do not think that this is like over. Like I don't know how people are gonna receive them being this high. I would imagine people like this character doesn't seem to be on other people's radar the way it is on mine. But dude, they're ridiculous. And it's like, okay, like let's say you take a lot of damage. So you know where is it right here? Right here. You lose some dodge. No, I'm highlighting it wrong. It's this right here. So like you lose a little bit of dodge if you're below 66%, but then you just swap into Android 16, who, you know, is getting to like 2 million defense, and he's guaranteed critting with guaranteed additionals. Very, very powerful character. I mean, he's just impressive, man. This Android character, this is a crazy easy A to me. I'm surprised how good they are. I think a lot of Yellow Coin LR ECAs have been good this year. God Goku, Rose Goku Black, Beerus, and Whis. But this character, man, they're nuts. And the thing about it, I mean, maybe I'm also factoring in the fact that I do anticipate Cell Max or Core Breaker Gamma 1 and 2 to revive, you know, Gamma 2 Sacrifice. I do think that those are on the horizon, and this character is going to be a must run to help them. Like this character, you watch this character, this is the type of character that sticks around for a while with their lifespan. Supporting, dodging character like this is good. They did a really, really good job with their EZA. Next, this is where I feel comfortable putting in the LR Goku, Trunks, and Vegeta. Maybe, I mean, what was I gonna say? Are they slightly too high? I don't know. This character, the way they melt every boss in the game, a lot of times I'll tell you guys, like, you know, like damage tends to get overrated badly by the community. You know, people will, you know, oh, this character is so good, and it's like they're going to do a screenshot of like the attack stats. Is this good? Oh, what I said, like an attack stat and stuff like that. But, you know, for a unit to be super good, typically you're going to need a lot more than that, right? 120 million attack stat from Super Buu does nothing, right? But this character, the amount of damage that they could put up, because we have their intro, right, which is pretty easy to activate. You do have a condition on it with Movie Hero or Super Saiyans, but that's not really too tough. You get that up, you have the damage reduction and the super effective against all types. So them being super effective against all types is really big for their damage, because you're going to see them do a lot of additional normals from this ability right here. But even, you know, additional normals, if you've got the super effective against all types, or you have the crits, if you got one of those abilities on those normals, you can really chip away at a boss's health just, again, with these normal attacks, especially if this is maybe their second turn and you have several stacks of this and this up. Like, their damage is going to be quite good. But what I've found is, like, stunning about this character, and if you guys are using them, you know what I'm talking about, is when on turn 3 you drop this, and it's just the boss dies. Like, you drop this and the boss dies. They do 25 million on the active, and then you potentially do 5 guaranteed crit super. Like, it's every boss dies. There's no boss that, like, withstands this. It's crazy. Like, so often damage is not, again, as big of a factor, but there comes along units where it's different. That does not apply to them, and this is one of those characters. The amount of damage that they could put out with this active is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. They can be a little bit iffy defensively sometimes. I mean, but I did have them slot 1 survive in Fusions and Monster Super Attack, I guess. I mean, just having that damage reduction is good. Because the difference with, like, Trunks' damage reduction is not even guaranteed, right? because, you know, I mean, I typically do have bad luck with additionals, which could apply to both of these characters, but Trunks does have to triple super to get that full damage reduction, right? Whereas they just have the damage reduction, which is good. I like them. They're quite good. And they're a 200% Super Saiyan team. It's probably the most fun team right now. It's so fun just tearing through with their 200% team. The top four, I mean, I'll just say that it is unchanged for me. It's kind of what I consider kind of like the inner circle. We would have the GT Goku and Vegeta, we have Future Gohan, we have Bulma, and then we have Orange Piccolo. I see no reason to switch up that lineup. Although, since the last time I did this, I did not have Orange Piccolo at 1, but the last time I did a top 10 overall LR list, it was actually before Fusion Zamasu came out. Who was the last one? Any Future Gohan? Let's see. Yeah, sorry, again, I'm doing World Tournament while doing this, so I'm trying to talk, do this, grind World Tournament. I gotta get those copies of Pilaf, bruh. Okay, so here we go. So here's what the top 10 looks like. This character's really good. I see people try and downplay this character all the time, and I mean, I guess I just am very confused. I mean, what more could they do? They'll take damage turn 1 from Zamasu's AoE. I mean, yeah, like, literally every character. Like, Future Gohan takes damage from Zamasu's AoE. Like, what? You know, hello? Like, every character does that. After they super attack a couple of times, they're building up damage reduction, which you know how good that is. You so very easily could go into this. This is a lifesaver. This revive is so crazy. Both of the 8th anniversary LRs with these standbys, man, they're just juggernauts in their ability to save you, to save the team, to save the run, to get you wins. It's crazy. I love this character. They do everything. They have high damage. They have high defense. They have great utility with the revive. They do everything. They're insane. I never understand downplay I see of that character. I just don't get it. It's just I just don't get it. Future Gohan. I mean, I don't really need to spend very much time at all talking about this guy. You guys get it. Huge damage reduction. He can be a support once his domain comes out, but again, I mean, I feel like I don't really see that too often, as much as you'd think, or as much as I would like to see it, because it's, you know, it's his third rotation, essentially, just like Trunks, just like Vegito Blue, just like Zamasu. But a lot of times in the fights right now, that's not that much. I mean, we could say Omega before certainly was a fight, you know, you get to turn 9, turn 10, depending upon the team, you can get that deep. With the 200% Super Saiyan team, though, no. I mean, when I took the 200% Super Saiyan team against Omega the other day, we killed Omega on turn 5. So, you know, it's these bosses. I mean, we now have, you know, true characters capable of thrashing Omega and Fusion Zamasu. So, yeah, Future Gohan, obvious why he's up there. Bulma should be fairly obvious as well. Ridiculous damage reduction, guard, multiple turn support, rainbow orb changing. She's got crits as well. She lowers. She does so much. What a ridiculous character. There is nothing more needed in Dokkan right now than the villain version of Bulma. Like, I don't know who. Like some sort of, I was going to say LR Zamasu. LR Zamasu summoning Super Shenron certainly would make a ton of sense, right? To kind of emulate this character. That would be my pick, but we just had the future worldwide download. Are they going to go back to it? Maybe, but that would be sick. Zamasu summons Super Shenron, and then you get like this, you know, similar effect as this, and he could have the multiple turn support. That would be awesome. Great. We so badly need the villain version of her. And plus, I mean, I could add this to, if you guys watch my videos, you can confirm what I'm going to say. My Bulma has absolute maximum full dodge, and I mean, she looks like UI Goku out there a lot of times. You guys know it's true. I'm not making it up. How many super attacks does this bitch dodge? All the time. She's just crazy good. I bow to greatness, which is LR Bulma right there. And then number 1 is Orange Piccolo, man. I mean, you just gotta, like, you just gotta respect the king, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. His defensive ability is very, very impactful. Obviously, we know about the Orange Piccolo transformation. It's probably like the single most broken thing we could do right now in the game currently. I mean, what is better? I don't know. Like, you just tell the boss, no, you can't do anything. Sorry. You can't super attack. You can't AoE. You're just going to take these Namekian fists right to your face. Like, not a lot there. Piccolo is just crazy. Like, it's, That's why, like, it is sad what Dokkan did to Beast Gohan, and, like, people, you know, of course, clown about it, Dokkan all the time about it, including me, all the time. Dokkan are idiots or morons, but the way they respected Orange Piccolo is exactly what you do for this type of character. It's crazy. Piccolo, I mean, we could begin to talk about this. Piccolo is now having maybe the biggest run of dominance in Dokkan history at this point. I know that might sound like ludicrous to some of y'all, but Piccolo actually might have the greatest run in Dokkan history. You know, STR Gogeta Day 1 was the strongest character ever, and that can never be topped. Well, probably. I would say there's almost no chance STR Gogeta could ever be topped. But STR Gogeta was out within 6 months. HL Super Vegito, and then all of a sudden, like, Buhan shows up and all these characters who are, you know, obviously better than STR Gogeta. I mean, if we look at this, I mean, you could argue future Gohan and Bulma, but Piccolo, I probably could not drop Piccolo any lower than 3, no matter what, right? I think maybe future Gohan and Bulma, a little bit above Piccolo, but that's it, right? Like, I don't think I could put, maybe GT Goku and Vegeta, but, like, this is just an insane dominant run by Piccolo, and it doesn't, like, he's not going to be bad, like, it's not like, all right, difficult content 9th anniversary, oh, Piccolo, he fell off. Like, he's not gonna fall off. The conversation has to be had. Like, you know, Piccolo is putting up like a LeBron type, like, longevity, like, run here. Like, we have not seen this before in Dokkan, where they're this crazy after a year. I mean, maybe like AJL UI Goku, I guess. I mean, a lot of people liked like Full Power Frieza above him, but like, I mean, him, I get LR Kale and Caulifla. They're another character that was very dominant for a very long time. I mean, I'd have to think more, but like those are two that come to mind where they were just like at the top for like a huge length of time. Because even if we go back to like the third anniversary fusing LRs, you know, Goku and Frieza came out in September of that same year. And Goku and Frieza, they definitely felt #1 when they came out. So it's, I don't know, Piccolo is approaching, you know, like greatest of all time in Dokkan history. So let me know what you guys think. Then in terms of this, I think we maybe could have split off probably at 16, 17, and 18 and moved them down. I do feel like Goku, Trunks, and Vegeta, I mean, they're probably in the highest tier. But I just feel more comfortable, I think, just doing this. I think that there is a little bit of separation at points, but enough to divide by a whole tier, probably not. I think I'm more comfortable, you know, putting this out on Twitter and stuff like that in this version than cutting it off right here. If there was going to be a cutoff, I would put it right there. Right, but I feel much better with it like that. I think that there's a lot of significant movement from the last time I did this on September 17th. I mean, the 5th anniversary Blue Fusions, I like them. I think they're very good. I don't think their EZs were bad, fumbled, missed, nothing like that. It's just, I mean, there's two dominant hard fights right now. Fusion Zamasu and Omega, and they struggle in both with the AoEs. The AoEs could crush both. LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku is like he's very good. Like, he's very good against Omega, but, I mean, he just is... he just is really squishy. The fact that you must run him in slot 1 and he has to get hit is just, it's a tough combo, man. It's a really tough combo right now to have to get hit on Super Saiyan 4 Goku. It's really tough. And then the rest of the top 10, those are all characters. Maybe there's some minor movement. Again, I jumped Orange Piccolo up. After Fusions, I'm also, it's like I feel like I got to get Orange Piccolo up there. I definitely moved them up a little bit, but yeah, I mean, there we go. So, let me know what you got. Even back then, I had them all in the top row like that. I just think that there was that much of a separation. So, let me know what you guys think of the top 10 LRs. Let's take a look again. I would say that the biggest issues people are probably going to have, I mean, from 6 down, I feel like some people are going to be, like, say, like, 16, 17, 18, Smeek. What are they doing up there? I always see argument about Fusions, Zamasu, Vegito Blue, and Trunks. They're just, you know, like, people love Vegito, so he gets put into arguments all the time. People love Trunks, I think a little bit too much. Trunks has had a weird history already, even though he's already been out for a couple of months. Day 1, people were, like, the Trunks downplay was ludicrous day 1. It was unbelievable the way, like, true slander is what Trunks had to endure day one, right? But at the same time, I feel like there's been an overcorrection. Like, he's not top 5 level. Like, he's not messing with these top characters up here. No. But Trunks is certainly much better than people kind of initially said. Again, I explained them. I explained that I think their defensibility at the start is too good. And then, of course, you do have Vegito as a possibility in your back pocket, but I don't feel like I really see him too often. Zamasu, I like. I feel like I just like Zamasu much better than most people, but there we go. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to call me the big, dumb, fat idiot all you want. It's fine, whatever. I don't care. I love you guys, and I'll catch y'all next time.